It's March 6th, 2026. The world is just 2 weeks into a conflict that is tearing up the rulebook on modern warfare. And you're going to want to stay till the end, because some of the things we're about to uncover are truly shocking. Let's get back to the story of Operation Epic Fury.
This quote from the Defense Secretary tells you everything you need to know. It's chilling. It signals that the old boundaries, the warnings, the posturing, all of that is gone. We've entered a new, far more ruthless phase of this fight.
And that new reality? Well, it began with a naval strike so unexpected, so far from the front lines, that it has the entire world holding its breath.
Now look at where this happened. This wasn't in the Persian Gulf, the hot zone everyone was watching. No, this was way out in the Indian Ocean. You have to understand what a huge deal this is. It's the first time a U.S. submarine has sunk an enemy warship in combat since World War II. A doctrine that has held for decades was just shattered in a matter of minutes.
And the USS Charlotte wasn't done. A second strike reportedly hit the IRS Shahid Bagheri. You can think of it as Iran's makeshift drone carrier. The strategic goal here was crystal clear: take out the threat of long-range drones that could hit a critical American base like Diego Garcia. This wasn't just about sinking ships, it was about blinding the enemy.
And the human cost was immediate and it was steep. At least 87 Iranian sailors were killed. And while Sri Lankan rescue teams did manage to pull 32 survivors from the ocean, the diplomatic shockwaves, well, they're only just beginning to ripple across the globe.
All right, let's pivot from the sea to the skies, because while the Navy was locking down the ocean, the air war over Iran's major cities was entering a brutal new stage. The idea that this was a surgical conflict, yeah, that's officially over.
We are now in what military analysts are calling Phase 2. You see, Phase 1 was about taking out Iran's eyes and ears, their radar and air defense systems. With those dark, the mission has shifted. Now, U.S. and Israeli forces are going for the jugular, systematically trying to destroy the factories, the industrial hubs, and those infamous underground missile cities to make sure Iran can never rebuild its military might.
And of course, this brings us to the information war that's raging right alongside the real one. On one side, you have CENTCOM insisting its targets are purely military, bunkers, missile sites. But then, on the other side, you have outlets like Al Jazeera broadcasting images of what they claim are damaged hospitals, schools, even Tehran's main stadium. We're getting two completely different narratives of the very same war.
Now we have to turn to the most difficult part of all this: the human cost for American forces and the controversies that are starting to swirl around those losses.
The Pentagon has now officially confirmed the first American combat deaths. 6 Army reservists were killed when a drone, said to be Iranian-made, hit their housing unit in Kuwait. It's just a grim, somber reminder that even with total air superiority, Iran's network of militias, the so-called axis of resistance, can still inflict absolutely devastating pain. And now something else is brewing. Reports are going viral, spreading like wildfire, that a 4th American F-15E Strike Eagle has been downed over Iran. Now, CENTCOM has issued a formal and total denial. But the real question is, why are so many people ready to believe it could be true?
Well, the answer really lies in the incredible, almost unbearable pressure U.S. forces are under. This distrust is being fueled by a recent tragedy, a horrible friendly fire incident where 3 F-15s were accidentally shot down by Kuwaiti allies. On top of that, you hear reports that pilots are just exhausted, flying mission after mission, and that their bases are under constant drone attacks. The entire war machine is being pushed to its absolute limit.
Okay, let's pull the lens back now. Let's look at the global fallout, because this is about more than just battles. It's about the fierce political fights in Washington and the economic pain that is starting to be felt all around the world.
Secretary Hegseth is actually calling this a politically incorrect war. His whole argument is that they're throwing out the old playbook. No more nation building, he says. This is a laser-focused mission, pure and simple, to destroy a threat. But that philosophy is creating a massive rift, both at home and with allies.
And you can see that exact division right here in the public opinion polls. A full 43% of Americans are against this operation, with only 27% approving. And this isn't just about numbers. This is fueling a major bipartisan push in Congress to invoke the War Powers Resolution, which could tie the president's hands.
So, as we look to the future, there are 3 massive flashpoints that could cause this whole situation to explode. Is Iran going to try and shut down the Strait of Hormuz?
Is the regime itself going to collapse from within amid rumors about the Ayatollah's health? And what about the Kurds? Could they make a move that completely redraws the map? Any one of these could change everything.
And the immediate global impact? You're already feeling it. Oil has skyrocketed to $140 a barrel. And that price hike is directly tied to this number, 20%. One-fifth of the entire world's oil supply sails right through the Strait of Hormuz, the exact choke point that Iran is now threatening to seal off.
In just a few short weeks, Operation Epic Fury has completely upended the region. All the old rules are gone. But what's truly terrifying is that we have no idea what's going to replace them. And it leaves us with one final crucial question. Is this violent, high-stakes gamble the only way to find a lasting peace? Or are we just watching the first chapter of something far, far worse? Make sure you subscribe for the latest updates and check out the video coming up on your screen.